From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the Hourly News Blast. LGBTQ Nation is reporting Oklahoma state politicians from both major political parties are calling for the impeachment of Ryan Walters, the state's Christian Nationalist head of education, after Walters missed a September 3rd meeting of the State Board of Education. Walters' absence was reportedly the first time in decades that a superintendent has not attended the board meeting, KFOR reported. The meeting was the first convening of the board following accusations that Walters displayed images of nude women in his office during a July executive meeting with board members. The September 3rd board meeting date was set after Walters abruptly canceled the board's regularly scheduled meeting in late August. The board met at 10 a.m. on September 3rd, conducted business, and concluded nearly 10 minutes later. However, noting Walters' absence, board member Chris Van Dehende said, "I don't know if this is just part of his normal shtick to keep things in flux." Politicians have said that Walters' absence and his other actions have put him at risk for impeachment. Democratic State Senator Mark Mann called Walters' behavior really just dereliction of duty, adding, "That agency is barely functioning. It's in the worst shape it's ever been in. I think there are plenty of instances that we could bring up that warrant a discussion of impeachment." Democratic State Representative Ellen Pogamiller said, as a taxpayer, I would have wanted my state superintendent to show up at a meeting like that. There's plenty of evidence we should have gone through, and we still can go through the impeachment process. Former Republican State Representative Mark McBride said of Walters, "I've given over piles of documents and facts that this individual is basically incompetent to run the office. His incompetence is an impeachable offense, in my opinion." However, Republican House Chair Dick Lowe said he hasn't seen evidence of any impeachable offenses from Walters. Lowe did disapprove of Walters' accusation that two female board members who reported the nude images in his office had lied about the incident as part of a conspiracy with the state's Republican governor, Kevin Stitt, to damage Walters' reputation. Stitt has publicly opposed some of Walters' past actions as the state's education chief. An investigation into the nude images broadcast in Walters' office found that they likely came from a 1985 Jackie Chan movie with nude, sexually suggestive scenes, which may have been playing on Walters' TV during an executive board meeting in his office last July. Walters, who wants to ban LGBTQ plus books but teach the Bible in public school history classes, has previously pushed the transphobic lie about schools providing litter boxes to students who identify as cats. He also referred to teachers' unions as terrorist organizations and illegally tried to make rules banning LGBTQ plus books and transgender bathroom access in schools. The man has no business serving as a state superintendent of education. He has absolutely no business anywhere near schools. But he has appeared at events hosted by Moms for Liberty, a right-wing anti-LGBTQ plus parents' rights group that has been called an extremist hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center because they are. He also appointed Kaya Rychik, an anti-LGBTQ plus activist who goes by the name Libs of TikTok online, as a library media advisor for the state, even though she has zero educational experience, doesn't reside in Oklahoma, and has made posts that have led to bomb threats against students. Boy, there's somebody stellar you really want to have working with your school students in an entire state. Just wow. He has also recently demanded that state textbook publishers emphasize Christian nationalism in history and social studies texts, something publishers refuse to do. Go figure, because they could be held liable. And recently unveiled an ideological purity test to weed out woke teachers, whatever the hell that means. The test was criticized as performative bullshit, which it is, as an advertisement masquerading as an assessment. Oklahoma, by the way, ranks among the worst states in the nation for education and is facing a teacher shortage. That's News Blast at this hour. PEP Radio is now available on the Live 365 app, the PEP Radio page at paequality.com, Roku, and Alexa. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.